company's toxic workplace culture led to the preventable deaths of 5 people on board the Titan.
On June 18, 2023, a small deep-sea vessel named Titan commenced a dive into the pitch-black waters of the North Atlantic Ocean. On board were 5 people, including billionaires and veteran explorers, who had each paid a staggering 2 crore rupees for a rare glimpse of the RMS Titanic wreck. The destination rested 3,810 meters below the surface, a depth so extreme that the water pressure is 400 times greater than at sea level. 1 hour and 45 minutes into the descent, the vessel abruptly fell silent, vanishing from tracking networks. What followed was a desperate 4-day multinational race against time. But as the rescue ships deployed advanced sonar arrays, a grim reality emerged. The vehicle had never been lost. It had ceased to exist in a fraction of a millisecond. The disaster of the Titan submersible is not a tragedy of bad luck. It is an investigation into fatal hubris and a complete disregard for administrative safety regulations, where an experimental shortcut transformed a commercial innovation into a deep-sea execution chamber. To understand how 5 people vanished without a trace, we have to look at the structural design of the vehicle. Unlike a traditional submarine, which possesses its own power to independently leave and return to a port, it was entirely dependent on a surface support ship, the Polar Prince, to launch, navigate, and recover it. Every 15 minutes, Titan sent a text ping to the surface to confirm its path, but at 11:15 am, those signals permanently stopped. The structural composition of Titan broke every standard rule of deep-sea engineering. Traditional submersibles are constructed with solid titanium, steel, or aluminum hulls to distribute pressure evenly. Titan, however, utilized an experimental 6.7-meter carbon fiber hull with 2 titanium end caps. This material combination was never properly vetted for cyclical stress at extreme depths. Compounding this, the vessel's hatch was permanently bolted from the outside with 17 heavy screws, meaning even if the vessel managed to float to the surface, the passengers were completely sealed inside with a finite 96-hour oxygen supply. The catastrophic failure of Titan was entirely predictable. For years, maritime experts, oceanographers, and deep-sea explorers repeatedly warned the company's CEO, Stockton Rush, that his shortcuts would lead to a mass casualty event. In 2018, over 36 industry leaders signed an official joint letter explicitly detailing that the company's refusal to undergo standard, independent quality certifications violated critical safety parameters. The company's internal corporate posture towards safety was shocking. In multiple public interviews, the CEO stated that safety regulations were a needless priority that acted as a barrier to commercial innovation. When the company's director of marine operations, David Lockridge, refused to authorize manned tests without a full structural scan of the hull, he was summarily terminated and sued. The administration prioritized cost efficiency over survival, substituting high-end aviation instruments with consumer video game controllers to steer the multi-million-dollar craft. On June 22, 2023, a remote-operated vehicle (ROV) exploring the ocean floor discovered a debris field located just 490 meters from the bow of the Titanic. 5 distinct primary sections of the hull were found scattered across the seabed, confirming that the vehicle had suffered a catastrophic implosion. Unlike an explosion, where forces expand outward, An implosion causes the environment to collapse inward with crushing velocity. At a depth of nearly 4 kilometers, the microscopic cracks inside the carbon fiber hull instantly gave way. The structural collapse occurred in less than 1 millisecond, far faster than the human nervous system can register pain. The passengers died instantly, entirely unaware that the hull had failed. The design rule stating that carbon fiber shouldn't be paired with titanium under compression was broken with logic, but physics ultimately delivered an absolute, unbending verdict. The destruction of the Titan submersible joins a long historical list of inventors killed by their own creations. The government and international coast guards executed a high-profile rescue operation because public pressure demanded an attempt. But hidden intelligence data indicates military acoustic sensors recorded the sound of the implosion. The exact moment communication died on Sunday morning. The true realization is deeply haunting. In an era of hyper-wealthy adventure tourism, we are willing to trust experimental UATPs built on broken rules rather than face the cold, unbending realities of nature. Stockton Rush designed his company on the premise that safety was a waste of time, resurrecting the exact structural overconfidence that sank the Titanic a century prior. If an absolute elite tells you a vehicle is virtually indestructible but refuses to let it pass an independent security audit, would you ever step inside? Let me know in the comments.